Good morning, everyone. Geoff, good morning there to everyone there. All right. So let's just get back to the business at hand. Brace yourself because today I'm going to be talking about one very special IEM, the kind of IEM which I have never seen before. Let me introduce to you this Hiby Digital XENO. This XENO is packed with so many things, like a Swiss knife, more than a Swiss knife. Just click on the link below, which will lead you directly to Hiby digital website. I will not bore you with the details because it can take forever. But the key thing is that this is perhaps the very first IEM, DSP type of IEM, which I have seen to use two different type of deck inside, which is Cirrus Logic CS43131 and ES9018C2M. That is crazily, I don't know how they pull it off, but they have two different deck inside here. And the list goes and on and on. It has graphene sort of driver inside with 3D printing, very nice design, so many things. So let's dig into it. You see here, I have already connected my XENO to my PC there, and I am recording this session using OBS, and I am no longer using my RØDE Wireless Pro, which is my normal microphone. So you be the judge whether the microphone from this XENO is good or not good. At this part, for this part in particular, I'll be showing you the usage on PC, for gaming, for Discord, and microphone as you are hearing it now. Like I mentioned earlier, it is one of a kind, the kind of IEM which I have never seen before. It is 3D printed, the shell here, and it is quite small, super easy to wear like this. And would you believe it, this is probably, without a doubt, one of the lightest IEM which I have tried so far. I can guarantee you, you can wear this XENO for hours on end, sitting like this, on your PC, doing your gaming or whatever it is, okay, which require you to use this. And on top of that, you have microphone. And let's just not stop there. I have already shown you or indicate to you some of the features. One of the key elements for this XENO is here, the heart of the XENO itself, because this unit only comes in USB type of termination, which means that pretty much similar to DSP type of IEM, it is permanently attached there. There's no 3.5mm connection because inside here there's a DAC and M, which is the one I mentioned earlier, Cirrus Logic CS43131 independent volume adjustment. Yes, this is super impressive. This is the kind of DSP which I really love. And there's a function button here as well, and also this button here which is for play and pause. This is super impressive. I forgot, Oreo wants to say good morning too. Come on Oreo, have a look there. Cheeky boy. One of the primary function why you want to get this XENO is that it offers capability to do very advanced EQ. Yes, okay. Now, this is still at testing stage, but I was already given access by Hiby. They sent me a very special tool which you can install on a PC. And let me just show you this, okay. It is called Hiby PEQ tool. And let's just take a moment to have a look at it, okay. It is so very advanced. I will admit one thing. I am not an EQ guy. I am just so stupid when it comes to EQ. I have no idea what I'm doing for the most part. But I understand one thing. A lot of people love to do EQ, of the ability to tweak, to fine-tune your sound. And then I think most importantly, after playing with all this setting here, you can save the PEQ and you can actually instruct this software to directly embed that PEQ setting into your XENO here. Okay, so that is super versatile. And to my knowledge, at this point of time, we have this PEQ software on PC. But I think after the release, which is this month in October, I think Hiby would also probably release another app which would be loadable on Android platform. So you have versatility there to do it here or even on Android. That is my hope anyway. And then now let's talk about another element which is the key factor for this XENO. Sitting here, playing game, playing my favorite game which is Starfield. And one thing I can share with you, this is super impressive when it comes to gaming. Despite being a single DD and with this kind of, let's say, very well implemented DAC amp inside here, the kind of sound which I'm getting was immersive. And I am impressed with the pinpoint accuracy, with the way it presents the spatial holographic imaging. I was able to track, enemy location. I was able to, enjoy the separation between background music, ambient music, and also the action itself. So all in all, the sound itself is definitely suitable for gaming as well. Finally, we are here in the open, Andy Odovok outdoor test. You see, this XENO comes only with these silicone tips. There's no foam tips. And I have issues with that silicone tip. This IEM is already very small, so when I use the silicone tip, it moves a lot. It doesn't provide enough seal because of that movement. So what I did, I switched in KZ foam tips, and I got two things. First, the comfort improved a lot more, and also the seal factor also improved. But how good is the seal itself? I would say pretty much okay-ish, because as you can see here, on a busy roadside, I am still hearing quite a bit of sound leaking in, but not to a point that it would destroy the experience, because once the music starts playing, this thing is as good as any other IEM with a good seal. Now let's talk about the sound itself. How does it sound like? Okay, as I mentioned earlier, I am not the type of person who know how to use EQ. I'm just so stupid with EQ. But if I were to use this XENO without any kind of EQ, I would describe the sound as being super flat. Yes, it is in fact the kind of sound which many people would consider as uninspiring because everything just sounded so flat, with just mild boosting in the lower mid-range, mid-bass, and a bit of roll-off in the sub-bass. So if you love bass, I think definitely you would want to play with the PEQ just to boost the sub-bass region, because it does appear kind of like I say, roll-off. And the mid-range itself, I would prefer to keep it transparent because it does impart the kind of texture and definition and tonality. The timbre itself is pretty much accurate to the intended sound signature. And then the upper frequency. Now, if you are sensitive to treble, then even in the stock setting without any PEQ, and just remember I'm using foam tip, KZ foam tips, it does appear roll off as well. Not exactly the most extended or the most resolving with the micro detail of the treble, but then again, it is to be expected for this kind of IEM. This is not exactly designed to be all out highly detailed or resolving, but there's enough macro and micro detail. The separation, the layering is good, definitely no complaint about that. And I think when you actually set it into certain type of PEQ, you can get a bit more of detail also in the upper frequency. Okay, let's just recap what we have learned so far. I did mention earlier that this XENO is a very special IEM. I haven't seen any other IEM or DSP IEM with the kind of configuration, the kind of settings, like a Swiss knife. Again, I will repeat myself. And I think it is most appealing for either people who sits in front of the PC all day long, doing gaming, doing social media with excellent microphone, and also on the go like this, what I'm doing right now, listening to music, the kind of IEM which I can depend on to have this full remote control, uses this excellent module here, which is also happen to be the dongle. This XENO will be released very soon under the Indiegogo campaign by Hiby. So just pay attention to their Facebook if you are interested into this Hiby. The indication for the price of this XENO is in fact very attractive at around $99 US.